Welcome to the Fighting Game Case. I'm Shin. Today is a special day for Anshi, the fighter portrayed by Naomasa Inoue. I apologize, but I must be upfront. I'm going to be a bit too pushy, and I'm sorry about that. I think those who watched the previous video already know this, but I'm an anti-Naoya Inoue #1 anti. But I like Kameda, and probably I like Tenshin too. Yeah, it's amazing. The boxing world may dislike me for saying this. That's right. Rather than the boxing world or the people involved, it's boxing itself.
Being hated by the fans?
Yeah, definitely. That's just how it is. Today, it's Tenjin. Was it Sancherian? Sanchu?
Rion?
Santerian. About Santerian's predictions and how strong Santerian is. Nishida Nakaya, Nishida Ba, Sazu Nakaya. Yeah. Sure, I'd be happy to discuss the Bantam-class weapons in general if you'd like. Let's start with Nakaya Nishida. I'm quite interested in this match, and Nishida is seen as the underdog going forward.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I think Nishida is really strong. I think he might have more of a chance than everyone expects.
As for the reason, well, it's just that not really.
There aren't that many matches, so you can't really get into a rhythm from one match to the next. Especially with Rodriguez, you could see that.
That's right.
I think that's definitely possible this time as well. Well, Nakaya has the advantage, but especially with that one shot.
Because he has such a powerful weapon.
But I also think Nishida can fight well and possibly win by decision. Lately, I've started to think that too. He's pretty smart, isn't he? When I listen to his interviews, I think, yeah, that's right. If he does this, he can win. He can keep it up for the longest time. That's what makes him able to do it. Nakaya and excel at long distances, but there's a range where Nishida has the edge. There should be a distance like that. If he can keep up, he can make it. There's not much difference in their reach. That's true. That's how it is.
There's only about a 1 centimeter difference, right? Wasn't that the case? I checked it properly and there really wasn't much of a difference. Sauce pour sauce.
I'm interested in how Nishida Senshu, who is said to be interesting, actually fights.
Yeah,
that's right. You also showed that you could fight from the inside. Inside, Nakaya is really strong. He's super strong. How about the mid-range?
I think both of us are strong at mid-range and each of us has our own strengths at that distance.
It's not like we're at an extremely close distance, but somewhere between close and mid-range.
Nishida will likely fight at that range.
Is there a particular distance he dislikes?
I'm sure there is, without a doubt. Everyone has one, right?
But it's not about the distance, it's about where you stand. That's it. And I think things change in various ways, but when it comes to Nishida, people are already saying he'll definitely lose, right? Sure, there might be a difference in ability, but if you ask me if it's really that big, I have my doubts. I don't think it'll be one-sided, but as for Nakaya... Yes, that's right.
I don't think they'll be able to respond.
I'm fine with the decision.
Pretty much. Nishida didn't really, and Fujiwara?
The fight is sweet knockout. So, I'm unsure how I'll be judged. From a GYA-BU Hayo perspective, it's hard to say. It's just how it is. I'm curious about Nishida. Isn't his face remarkably beautiful? Since he hasn't taken many hits, his ability to take punches is unknown. But does that even matter? When it comes to being able to take punches, of course, being able to take hits is an advantage, especially against someone like Nakatani, who isn't as strong at taking punches.
Of course, that's true.
Nevertheless, being stronger is preferable to some degree. If we get hit even once on this side, psychologically, it's dangerous. That's still the mental side of things. If you think it's okay to take one hit, your mindset becomes more positive, changing things significantly. I understand. The support will probably go to Nishida, right? Most likely Underdog will support him, so yes, that's right. I didn't have a very serious conversation, but still, I've done some sparring and talked with Nakaya Jin on the spot, so in terms of distance, I feel closer to Nakaya. And sorry to go back to talking about Vietnam again, but about the A-level light flyweight class. The second-ranked guy just came to practice.
We talked for a bit.
So that guy is a fan of Nakaya, and he asked me to send a message, so I recorded a video and posted it on Insta Stories too. When I sent it, Nakaya actually replied, "Isn't that amazing? Maybe Jun and Nakaya are supporting each other."
Now,
but not really. Yeah, that's how it is. Once you get to know the players, that's just how it goes. Oh, and I forgot. John Nakaya and Sparring came too. Yeah. That was during the Rate of Fly era. Was it? Oh, it was Superfly, right? Not yet. Before moving up to Bantam, Mr. Fuhrer was in Super Bantam. He got beaten up badly there. Getting beaten up is just getting beaten up, though. It wasn't just a regular beating where they had to stop the fight because it was so bad. I think Nakaya Jin is also working on his sparring as a challenge, so at that time his sparring wasn't about holding himself back. He deliberately sparred at a close distance, probably to practice fighting up close. That's what I think, so he created a situation where I could use my strengths, and even then I got beaten. I really have nothing to say about it. The ranks are just 1-2, that's about it. It's that Nakatani Jin is strong, that's what it is. Yeah, Nakatani Jin is definitely a strong competitor. I know him, and so...
Pairing.
I know, and I'm a fan.
I'm also up for the message.
You're a wonderful person who responds to messages, nice guy.
Huh?
You have a great personality. It's really good. When I first met Furan, I liked his personality. He even commented, I wonder what happened to him. The comments coming in now. Exactly, that's it, isn't it? I see. At first things were going well, but now everything's completely changed. In the end, that's just how it is. The longer people spend in front of the camera, the more things come out that everyone dislikes. Or rather, things just keep coming out. It's the same with relationships when you first start dating someone. I love you. It's really happy, but as time goes by, more and more of these kinds of feelings come out.
It's only natural that parts that aren't just love start to come out.
Since I already have some kind of relationship with the fans from before, that's why I'm making this video. So in that sense, from the beginning, I admit my personality wasn't great. However, everyone in the open chat helps me out. Everyone there is a good person.
You know.
Everyone, please join my open chat, Kakuto. Fans gather together in the group. They share all kinds of information and help each other out a lot. So it's really helpful. That's how it is. Thank you as always, Psycho-san. It's nice that I even know your name. There are also members who post every day over there, right? That's true. I've become part of the community, so I want to have an offline meeting someday. That would definitely be interesting, wouldn't it?
Like when there's a boxing event or something.
The location is important, you know. We need a place. That's right. We need somewhere that can fit a certain number of people. Maybe we could rent a television live house or something like that. That could work too, right? I'll think about it. I'll consider it.
Let me join.
We need to have Mochiron Furanshu-san as a guest, or else we'll need to find a master of ceremonies, right? Well then.
Nakaya Jin, player support.
That happens, but it's not like I dislike Nishida, the player.
Not at all. I thought I was supporting Nakaya because I disliked the other, or that I was supporting one side because I disliked the other. But that's not the case.
Looks like it.
Oh, so that's another way to think about it. I had no idea.
I see.
I didn't understand at all.
Who?
I thought that if I supported them, the other side would probably hate me, so I waited. But honestly, nowadays, there are people who would seriously take offense at something like that, and there are fans like that. It's kind of a joke, like there's an artist who says the world is ending. In one of their songs, they ask, who are people? But it seems like everyone wants to categorize things, like everything is either black or white, even though there's a gray area that people don't see. But they still try to classify everything as black or white. So I end up being categorized as in between too.
You are.
That's true for you too, isn't it? But Nishida, there's no Anchi or Nakaya, so there's no Anchi. People say there are fans, but in the end, isn't it just that there aren't any die-hard fans? Except for Ms. Kuriala's husband. Ms. Kuriala's husband is Nakaya and Love, right? Yes, that's right. If the two of them end up having a match, Nakaya would probably support them. That's amazing, isn't it? Such a double-crosser. What I want to say about today is that it's not something extremely passionate, since there are no fans. There's no atmosphere either, right? Yes, I understand. I think that's true. This time it's about not being attacked. Nakatani Jin, this is... If it were Naoki Yue and Nakatani Jin this time, they'd certainly get completely attacked. People would definitely say something, right? I think that's interesting. It's Dansu and Nakatani Jin, right? Over there, Mitsuro-san is at the heavy class level.
No call.
Normally, I would support Nakatani Jin. I said it in a structured way, but I don't really know why. It's just kind of how I felt.
But
It's not that I'm shallow or anything. I just really like the character. Nakaya.
like Nakatani.
That's right, because after graduating from junior high, I was single and liked places like America and Fukai. I really enjoyed Nakaya Tai and thought Nakata was pretty cool. Yeah, Fukai is nice. There really aren't many people like that, but still, isn't it kind of similar to that? Kameda Tomoki, Nakata, yeah, that's right. Even in Fukai, Tomoki isn't liked, but Nakata is loved. Nakata, though, hasn't really said anything specifically about Kameda Tomoki, right? In the end, that's just how it is. It's like family. Isn't it just that he's seen as one of the people in the brand? I wonder how it really is. Maybe it's a bit sad, but I guess that's what gets him attention too.
Uh-huh.
That's part of it. I can't say it's sad, but it does seem a bit pitiful, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
At 15, being so serious or earnest, it's kind of tough, isn't it? Right. I also stayed at the same place as Kameda Fukai, the player. What kind of gym is it? Is it called Fukai Gym? Or rather, the guest house? Oh, that's what it is. Before the Fukai guest house, there's a standing bar that's pretty nice. That's what I heard, or rather, that's what people say. Well, Fukai-san, I'm not certain about that place. Fukai, yeah, but you know, Mr. Price, I did have a proper drink there for only 1 yen. At that time, I might have said about 3 words. I got carried away by pervert flash time, and I got all excited.
This time. It's also in the battleship animation.
I really like that kind of thing, so I definitely end up supporting it. Nakaya and Tomoki too, but... Well, you know... If I say this again, people will probably say something, but it's about being Japanese. It's quite uncommon for Japanese to travel solo, in my opinion. During my Thailand trip, I never spotted a Japanese person exploring alone, although I saw numerous backpackers from other nations. Most of the time, you see them walking around in groups. It's actually pretty rare to see a Japanese backpacker by themselves. So Hashiguchi. Maybe it's because there aren't many people who travel alone or go places by themselves, but once you connect with someone solo, you can really connect with other backpackers.
Ah, yes.
As expected, everyone is completely broken, without exception. The backpackers are a little out of their minds, right? It's interesting. Saying things like, it's my own craziness, or I'm a bit weird in the head, is the most modest way to put it. Mr. Barashi is that type too, isn't he? He does some strange things, doesn't he?
Bicycle.
Where was it with the car again? From Kamikawa in Yamaguchi Prefecture to Yamaguchi Prefecture. I think of myself as a pretty sensible person. But do you enjoy riding a bicycle? What's so fun about that? Well, it's interesting, you know. I mean, going to places you don't know, yeah. You can just go there by train, but you go by bicycle. You don't have to say that with such a serious face. You can just take the train and get there without spending much time, you know. That's how it is. There was a time in Shizuoka when I fell off my bike and, you know, when my bike bent like this. I nearly gave up and considered taking the train.
What do you think?
So, in this situation, I went to the bike shop and had it repaired. Wow, that's amazing. How many weeks did it take? It only took about 10 days to get to Yamaguchi. I was planning to stay for a while in Hiroshima and Yamaguchi, so I guess it took me about a week to get to Hiroshima. Yeah, about a week. 1 week is pretty tough, but that's good.
Please make use of those muscles.
No, I'm just an ordinary guy who likes technology. Technology has made travel easier, so I want to enjoy life using it. If anyone wants to try, just prepare for the first mountain at Hakone, but honestly, it's probably not a big deal, so don't worry too much. That really breaks your spirit. So you actually like tough challenges, huh? But for me, I definitely don't. But when I'm with people from my class, they always say I'm really tough.
Why?
Apparently, I like seeing people struggle. That's the kind of person I am. There are different sides to me, so your question doesn't really make sense. Yeah, everyone has multiple sides. Both sides are fine, you know.
Which side has a higher ratio?
Which one has more? That's the feeling I get. Mr. Farashi probably...
That's right. Well, it's not a bad thing.
People tend to think that a athlete is strong on that side. But on the other hand, there's also a way of thinking about it for yourself. Ah, yes, that's right. If you say that, maybe. It's okay. You definitely don't want to be beaten by someone different, right? Yeah.
But if it's me, it's fine. So I'm riding my bike.
It's because I'm doing something on my own. So even if someone tells me to ride a bike for about 2 weeks, I'm like, what's the point?
That's right, so Fukai.
Yeah, Fukai. Ah, that's true. Maybe towards myself too. No, the mystery is solved. A new perspective. And also, aren't you doing something weird? Doing something weird with your bicycle. I didn't do anything weird as a backpacker, that's right. I've never traveled around the world as a backpacker, but I've been to quite a lot of different places, haven't I? That's right.
I've just gone to those countries alone and come back, that's about it.
I've never traveled around those countries, but I would like to try it, like walking all the way across Europe once.
And go around.
What do you think? Oh, right. There's something I've always wanted to try.
I wanted to cut the corn vertically.
Ernesto Che Guevara de la Serna did that, right? Che Guevara, the revolutionary. I kind of wanted to try that too. But isn't that pretty dangerous? It's definitely dangerous, right? If you go on a trip like that, you have to be prepared to die, or else I'm not quite there yet. If you can't be that prepared, you shouldn't do it. And even if you accomplish it, what do you get out of it? Nothing really. I see. I don't really understand it myself.
It's a reward for myself. I guess it gives me a sense of satisfaction.
A reward for yourself? Isn't that something those kinds of people do?
For example, if I bang my head against this desk, like bam, bam, and then stop, it's like, whoa, stop, that feels good. What am I even talking about? It's like after putting myself through something really tough, I feel refreshed when it's over. Isn't that what it is? I don't even think of it as bullying myself. It's actually kind of fun. Yeah, it's fun. When it's over, it's fun. Even in that moment, it's fun. It's kind of like a challenge, isn't it?
Like climbing Mount Fuji and stuff.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
While climbing Mount Fuji is popular, I don't feel a strong sense of achievement since it's so common.
But Naoto, you might understand how I feel if you were in my shoes.
It seems like you didn't understand after all.
A battle with myself.
Is that how it feels?
Yeah, it's like challenging myself. And it's about winning or achieving that. Yes, that's right. It's not like you get a reward, but you feel a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction from achieving it, right? I think there are a lot of people who think that way. On the other hand, there are people who really like fishing, fishing. They wake up early in the morning, and if it's winter, it's cold, and they get on a boat and spend hours and hours out there.
Half a day.
Even after all that, sometimes they might not catch anything, and even if they do, it's just a few fish.
But there are people who actually find that fun. What should we do about this? Isn't that fine?
As a hobby, it's kind of working out for me, but I don't really feel like doing it seriously. If there's no reward or something to gain from it, I don't really want to do it. If I'm gonna spend that much time and energy, isn't it kind of strange if I don't get anything out of it?
That way of thinking.
So, I think that's why fishing doesn't really suit investigators at all. After all, fishing is something humans started in order to catch fish. The purpose is to eat. So, if you can't catch anything, you can't eat rice.
Right?
Otherwise, we'll be gone. Hunting too. We don't have to do that anymore, so why go back to it? That's just too logical of a way to think about it.
Well,
but somehow, in the end, I get it. It's just that we're too bored, right?
that's right, no matter how you think about it. It's the same with the bicycle trip, but it's just because we have too much free time. It's true, after retiring, we suddenly had all this time, so we could do it. It turned out to be an amazing off-topic story, but
I thought trying it would be a good experience, and I'd be glad I did it. But when it ended, I was done. Still, now I want to do it again. Is that so? Yeah, I understand.
you don't seem interested.
Next time, wouldn't it be good to go with someone else? With someone else. No, I probably can't go with them. Oh, right. We'd probably just end up arguing. Well then, since this off-topic talk is going on too long, it's about time. I'd like to get back to the main topic now. So, if Nakatani beats Nishida and then connects directly to Yue, and if Nishida wins, does that mean Japanese boxing is over? Is that okay? I never said anything like that at all. Is that so? It's just, I think Tokyo Dome is already booked, so what are you going to do about that? It's going to be pretty tough, isn't it? Probably. Naomi Yue, Ryoji Nishida. Or Naoya Inoue, Chiki Kimura. Ah, that might be better. No, it's not. Nishida Yue, Naomichi. That's a bit unreasonable, don't you think? I apologize, but as a topic, it's somewhat lacking and unreasonable. Nakaya must win for the sake of Japanese boxing. Nishida is seen as the enemy of the sport in Japan. That's one way to look at it. Support. Mr. Flash, you become so supportive now. I want to support you now.
That's definitely the type, isn't it?
You really understand, don't you? Because you go and support people like that. Well, that's just how it is. So if you win, it actually becomes a problem. But yeah, that's true. Hearing that just now, I kind of wanted you to win too. But at the same time, I thought it would be a problem. As a channel that tries to take that kind of boxing stance and raise it up, it's really tough, isn't it? Yeah, for sure, everyone probably thinks, how much can they really win? That's not the reason. It doesn't seem like it. Both are winning. A positive outcome would be nice.
That feeling.
I'm Jin Masuda Amakokoro Nasukawa. What did you think when you watched Centuria's matches? Do you think he's a strong fighter? I do think he's strong, but if he's gonna fight against Tenshin, I think Tenshin will have the advantage. What kind of style does he have? His style is pretty straightforward. He's strong against certain fighters, but may struggle to reach his full potential against someone like Tenshin, who is more mobile. His style focuses on slowly advancing forward.
That's right.
Of course, I think he has a punch, and his fighting style is strong, but I feel like it might end up being a one-sided match for me. I think it could be similar to my second fight with Board, where I just outpointed him. Yeah, I don't think I have that much of a weakness there, but I guess I'm ranked 6th or something like that. That's right, Centurion.
Yes, that's right, that's right.
I think it's like having the ability to match that.
Then you're actually pretty strong.
Yes, I'm stronger than Moroni. To put it simply, that's how it is. Yes, if we had a match, that's how it would go. I'm a southpaw, so yes, I think I'd have a pretty good chance of winning. Are you different from Tenshin? No, I think I'm pretty one-sided. People say I'm strong in various channels, but I think Tenshin is even stronger than that. If I had my first match in Southpaw, it wouldn't be against Tenshin. Yes, that's right. In boxing, that's an interesting thing to watch, but still, right from the start. It's not like I'm entering a boxing match, of course. It was the same during my kickboxing days, even in training. I did it so much that I almost hated it. I won't have any trouble with it at all. It's definitely a top-class skill.
That's for sure.
There really aren't many athletes like that.
That's right.
It's so delicious. There really aren't many supplements like this either.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't pour it well, it was honestly delicious. It really was tasty, right? I drank it in the last video, but this time I'll add some carbonated water to make it like an energy drink.
Yeah, that's right.
But I can't make it fizzy and bubbly, so
Kashi.
after shaking it, let it dissolve a little bit.
Karashu.
I'll shake it up, add some carbonation, and give it a try. I think that's a good idea. There aren't really any carbonated protein drinks, are there? I wonder if it's even possible. It gets really fizzy with the powder, doesn't it?
That's
So that's how it is. Please get the invitation from Galen. Cypro team. I recommend blueberry yogurt.
yes, it's delicious.
Strawberry is good too. The fact that everything is delicious is really the best point for me. Licky is definitely delicious, right? The flavor is really good. But I've also tasted some pretty bad supplements before, and compared to those, this one is really good and tastes great.
If I were to compare it to boxing, I'd say this supplement is like a pound for pound champion. I think it's number one. Even considering the cost, it's not too expensive either. Also, at first I was drinking protein from non-flavor, you know, just to try it out. Since you're putting it into your body after working out, I thought it would be better to have something pure and good with nothing extra in it. But I just couldn't keep it up because it tasted so bad. Non-flavor doesn't have any taste, right? That's true. But whey protein does have a taste, doesn't it? It tastes bad. So it's not really non-flavor, is it? That's why, if you want to keep drinking it, it has to taste good. That's right. Yeah, my hair grows quickly. Hairdressers often comment, "Wow, your hair has grown so much already." My hair is very thick and wavy. People with similar hair often experience faster growth than expected. So I try to ensure it doesn't get too thin. That's why I peel it off. It's not good for people with less keratin to peel it off. Yes, it's not good. If Mr. Fukura starts peeling, he'll lose all his hair. That's right. Or maybe just this part. If you keep pulling it, it might get worse or even disappear. Tension is rising for now. With a decisive judgment, deep. That's right. Everyone expects respect, but I, Tenjin, go all the way and finish with a poem. However, even I get interviewed by strange channels, and ultimately...
Recently?
The term channel is simply a medium for communication or information sharing. I get interviewed on these channels, which feels a bit unusual to me. I actually like interesting people quite a lot. I mean, it's like they really have their own worldview, or rather like Fukaiya. I honestly think that person has a ton of ideas. They seem like someone who doesn't have a filter, just says things as they are. That's probably why Japanese people don't really like them, you know? That's awesome. That's when I became sure. But I think if someone like Tenshin wanted to be like, he could totally do that. But he's just expressing what he thinks. He knows people might dislike him for it, but he still puts it out there. That's just how it is. So, you know, people who just say whatever they're thinking usually end up being disliked by most people. Maybe that's just how it is. Well, I guess it also depends on what exactly they're thinking. So it feels like he's really careful about deciding what to say and what not to say. That's a tough thing. It's difficult, isn't it? Have you already gotten used to it? Furesuton is a sensible person. Why? What do you all think? Please let us know in the comments. It's true. If you say you can do it, but somehow it just wouldn't be interesting, you know? It just wouldn't work out. I disagree. I don't find making people uncomfortable to be interesting. Well, I don't intend to purposely make anyone uncomfortable. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm just saying what I think. So please don't hate me for it. Now then, let's continue. Next, Take will face a mysterious opponent. Speaking, is that so? If you say something bad there, no one will pay attention, right? That's right. I don't think anyone is paying attention. But what bothers me the most is my own blunder here. How will that affect the game? It's been a while since my last match, so yes, I lost my rhythm. Yes, that's definitely something to watch out for. For example, if I put on a cooler here, just as an example. If Takei loses, it would be a huge deal and really shake things up. He might end up taking a Japanese boxing punch. People keep asking when Takei and Suka Tensha will fight, but I'm not that excited about it. That's what I've been saying, although the hype surrounding it is impressive. I'm getting hyped, but still. However, the match itself was actually quite tense. It's that kind of type that I think is interesting, right? Tsutsumi-san was also calling out to Taki-san, saying that anyone with the name Tsutsumi is interesting. But Tsutsumi is also a bit of an oddball and an outsider, isn't he? Yeah, that's what it seems like. The champion Nisho once again... Huh? Wasn't that a little strange with Nisho? Yes, it was. What was that? Yeah, how many times has Tsutsumi become champion now? This is the third time, right? No way. Well, that's just how it is. I think that was a bit much too. But, you know, it's possible because it's the world stage. Japanese titles think that their system is the most solid. In the case of Japanese titles, for the King Championship and Champion Decision matches, you can't participate unless you've won a recent match. Players who have lost can't enter. Yeah, but that's exactly why Kelsaraba should do it. Yes, but that's not the case. It's because I signed a contract with Psycho Fighto. Yeah, that's right. Why would you sign a contract with Psycho Fighto? I really don't know.
It's fine, really.
But still, somehow, the chances of connecting with the world have probably dropped a lot, haven't they? But still, I guess you think Psycho Fighto-san will team up with you, right? But all the champions are Japanese, aren't they? Yeah, that's right.
It's true. I get the impression that the judges have a lot of power, but I'm not really sure. Is that wrong? What do you think? I couldn't quite make it that far myself, so I don't really know much about that side of things. The only exception in this belt would be Tsutsumi Senshu, no one else. Nishida might also become a Kui, that's right. Since Nakaya and Nishida will become Kui, that's definitely true. Since Tenshin Dariku will take one spot, the only one left is Masudariku-san, who I thought would do the Darsan Skin Slubber. I actually really like Skin Slubber. It's an interesting style. I think including a foreigner would be beneficial. A small-scale picture like that is excessive and monopolistic. Especially if Kenesuraba can defeat other Japanese fighters, that's fine.
I think it's white. The most important thing.
And there is a strong white opponent.
That's the number one thing.
He's called Tenjin Fanboy because of his white face. If you defeat Tenjin, he becomes the strongest. That's what I think too. Sounds good. That's the feeling, right? I'm excited for the Bantamweight class. But honestly, if you can beat Nakaya, I think Tenshin has the best chance of coming out on top. Is that so? Riku Masuda. It's difficult to determine since they haven't played a match there. If Tenshin and Tsutsumi fought, I think Tenshin would win. So that's a bit... It's a tough call. It really is. But I think Tenshin still has room to grow. So I feel like he's not at the top yet. Is Estrada also a bantamweight boxer?
Yes, that's right.
When will that happen? When will they meet? I kind of want to see it. But Bam is also moving up there, right? Bam is just a matter of time. In the end, as soon as Bam rose up, everyone felt like it was over. Honestly, this is for real, and I'll say it now. But maybe it'll be 2 years from now. But when Bam Rodorigesu rises up, everyone will feel like it's over. We can't really decide on anything unified, but for now. If someone beats everyone and wins, but if several people win and we can't decide on a unified winner, then we'll raise the rank again. Yeah, that's how it feels. There's no one who can beat Aisutoraru.
Not Aisutoraru.
You said Aisutoraru again. It's Rodorigesu.
Win.
I don't think I can win. He's really strong, maybe a little too strong. I think he's about the level of a boxer who could be ranked #1 in the world. A boxer who could be #1 in the pound-for-pound rankings. I think he's on a whole different level. For example, if a prodigy started boxing at the age of 5, I think they could reach that level. But honestly, isn't it a bit late to start? No matter how you look at it, that's the case.
He started from kickboxing after all.
I'm really looking forward to that. I'm a fan of Flash, but I also really like Rodorigesu, so I'm excited for many reasons.
So I'd like to hear everyone's thoughts as well, so please leave your comments. Flash-san also appears on his own channel, so you can check that out from the description too. Please subscribe. And also, please subscribe to that channel, smash that button, and also smash the like button. See you next time. Bye-bye.